All right, I am back with the Mini E-Revo 1/16 scale. What can I say about this thing? This car is pretty fast. You know, I was able to beat my personal best with threw in a 3S lipo and got over 40 miles an hour, which on the stock gearing. But let me talk about the rest of this car. I have actually babied this car. I mean, I've had it for a year, and you can see that. I mean, the body still looks great. I don't take it out a lot. I actually use my other piece of crap cars. I just use those because they're durable, they're cheap, they never really break. Now, I took this out, and I've maybe ran it 5 or 10 minutes, literally throughout the entire year. Like, not much at all, because if you know anything about these batteries, they just don't last. A couple days ago, I ran this for I ran it for a speed test. And of course, I just wanted to run 2S, and I wanted to try these 2 batteries in a series, and then the 3S battery. And anyway, probably about 30 minutes worth of speed test. And in that time, this servo has given up. So I'll go ahead, and we've got the radio on. Let's fire this thing up and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, it's set, ready to go. And then if I go to steer, all right, so enough of that. This car, this servo should be enough. It would be better to, of course, have 2. However, the reason why I'm saying that this servo should have been enough is because of vehicles like that. So as many of you know, this is the WL Toys A959-B. And let's take a look what's under the hood here. Oh, that's right. 1 servo. Wonder where that was made. That was made in China. This entire car is made in China, as is probably this. But this is definitely an inferior product, right? I mean, definitely inferior. So this car should be so cheap, it just falls apart. You know, I think I gave like 60 bucks for this vehicle. 60 bucks. Have I had a problem with this? No. Have I had a problem with this? No. Oh, but it can't do 3S like that. Oh, yes, it can. I've done 3S on this. And what's so cool about it is I don't have to go in and hold this stupid button for 10 seconds to make it go to LiPo mode, right? To give me that low voltage cutoff. I don't need to do all that crap. It just, I stick a battery in it and it works and it runs, but it's so slow. No, guys, this out of the box was faster with the 2S battery that it came with it. This was faster than this. I want to say this is by far a better product, right? It looks really cool. Nice brushless setup that looks like it would have a nice servo on it and everything. But the more I'm finding out about it is these are plastic gears in here. Plastic gears in here. Probably the same plastic gears. But for whatever reason, this has never failed me in over a year of solid use. What about this car right here? The WL Toys 144001. So let's see what this car has going on. Pretty much that same cheap servo. And that servo has lasted. And this car goes fast. Pretty much as fast as this guy. And yet, and it's big. Look guys. All right. It's not as big as the E-Revo. But come on, it's not that much different. It's of comparable size. A car costing the price of what you would pay for a Mini E-Revo should be packed with components that aren't going to fail on you in less than 30 minutes. Experienced hobbyists be like, well, yeah, you need to run the other servo, blah, blah, blah. Guys, shut your mouth. This cheap sub $100 car at one point, because I think I picked this thing up for maybe around 80 bucks. This car has been fine, and I have ran this car to death. It has been eaten by a dog, and it's still running great. Now, on a side note, on these WL toy cars, spend the time, open them up, grease the diffs. They never come greased from the factory in the way that they should. Put the oil in the shocks, grease the diffs, and then you're not going to have really any more problems with this vehicle. I would love to be able to say the same thing about this thing, but now I'm going to have to go in here and replace this, or replace the gears in here and look for a metal set. This is a big pain in the butt. You first kind of lost my interest when it came to the stupid charger that you gave us with the batteries. And then let's speak of this batteries. Come on, guys, come on. Nickel metal hydride, come on. Let's move on up. Give it a little cheap lipo. Put it in a pack and sell it. It's not that hard, guys. These Chinese companies are sometimes giving you 2, 4 batteries. You give us one nickel metal hydride that lasts like 5 minutes, if that. Okay, and I don't care what you have as far as the speed, the modes and the speed controls and all that practice mode. Come on, practice mode. I don't want to be in practice mode. It's a little frustrating. And these battery connectors, I've never had a problem removing the Deans. And maybe that's the goal. You want something durable. You want something to really, really hold and make a good connection. But man, I have to like put a bucket of Crisco in there or something. Now, I know if you're a Traxxas fanboy, you're going to be upset with everything that I've just said. And you're going to have a million different reasons why this, inexperienced driving, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, whatever. Inexperienced driving did not break this servo. Inexperienced driving did not break the other servos. But in the high dollar model, broken servo, that's no good, guys. That is no good. Obviously, I'm not getting paid to be a sponsor, and I'll just be straight honest with you. If you want speed, yeah, I mean, this has been pretty neat, but you can get pretty much just as good for a lot less money. That's all I'm going to say for now. I'm going to go ahead and try to find those servo gears and try to get this thing back on the road. Who knows?